know what? While I'm setting on my next video here, we didn't mention this before, but also part of the reason we could not get an episode out last week is on Tuesday you opened for Michael Che at Caroline's Comedy Club, and
I forgot all about that.
Instead of having you tell them how you bodied it and then going to me and say, G Money, am I lying? I say, you're not lying. You fucking bodied that shit. Fucking put the mic down and yourself on stage from the start to the finish, and he fucking killed that shit, guys. And fucking like, I've seen it before in like different atmospheres, but that was sold out show, Michael Che, and like you knew it too. And fucking like, I know you don't like saying your material on stage, but you went up there and were like, I'm not gonna do material. I just want you guys to know who I am, and that's exactly what you do and what you like. It was fucking perfect, man. So congratulations on that. And the firing squad, hit Jimmy up this week and let him know fucking congratulations, because that shit was fucking awesome.
Oh wow, G Money. You know what's so crazy, King? I forgot all about that shit.
Today was a big day. Other than that, fucking
son. And I'm glad you held that moment and you remembered that shit, dog. Because I'm celebrating the app. I'm celebrating all this other shit that's coming. But yo, bro, absolutely. And I want to tell a story about that night. Mm-hmm. Okay. There was a comic that went on stage before me that night. This story has got Rich Voss in it, and this is a fucking awesome fucking story. Okay, it's been a while since I told you guys the story. All right. And this comic, I don't really want to give this nigga no light like that. But y'all know I say names. And for me not to say a name, that would be me going against the code. So, his name is Jameek Striker or some shit like that. But he goes by the name of JP Justice now. When I was almost 16 years old, because I started comedy when I was 15, about 15 years old, we left the Uptown Comedy Club, and we went to this place out in Long Island called Nakasaki's. And this shit was popping every Thursday. It was popping. And I'm just a young nigga. I just want the stage time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy to be out there with the older comics, and I'm rocking with these niggas. And Jameek put the lineup together. And, I'm still a new jack. Anybody would know in the comedy game, I didn't really have any jokes. I was still just going off of raw talent and just trying to, if I catch a wave, I catch a wave. So anybody know when you got a new comic on the show, they go early, like in the first. Yeah. But Jameek made it his business to put me after Rich Voss. And I've never seen this man. This nigga had a ponytail, white boy. And in my mind, I'm like, shit, got this, nigga. Like put me on after the white boy. This is the first time in my life I'm encountering Rich Voss. Now, we're in Nakasaki's on a Thursday, nigga. 1,500 strong on a Thursday, bro. Comedy Liddy. 1,500 strong. Anthony fucking Mason is in the crowd. I think the Knicks was in the playoffs at this time. Rich Voss goes on. When I tell you this nigga was Iocus, tiger uppercut, and all that. Yeah, nigga. He was hitting these niggas with Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat fatality. Finish him. I'm on the sideline looking at Jameek like, why would you do this? Nigga. And that wasn't it. This is how the nigga ended the motherfucking show. Ladies and gentlemen, please, please. This is big for New York right now. We got one of the NBA prominent stars in the building. One of our Knicks statures, one of the biggest in the game, sitting here laughing with us, being a part of the atmosphere with us, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Anthony Mason. The whole place erupts. Rich Voss has fucking basketball cards on him and says, Anthony Mason, I'm honored to be here with you. I'm honored to just be in your presence, man. This is going to be so crazy when I get home. I was wondering if you could make your way to the stage for me, because if I can just get some sort, I got some basketball cards up here, and he went inside his fucking pocket. Anthony Mason is walking up to the stage, like walking up onto the stage at this point, and Rich Voss passes him a Michael Jordan basketball card and says, can you sign my Michael Jordan basketball card? Because I'll never meet him. The fucking place stood up, roared out, ovation. I'm next. A nigga that don't have a joke. Homie, Jameek walked by me and went, yo, I remember this shit like it was an hour ago, doc. And then go up there and gives me a bullshit intro, all that. I go up there, nigga, the first 2 minutes, boo! I fought through that boo, nigga. I fought through that boo just to bring them back in to get a whole nother boo. And I screamed through that boo. I screamed through that boo to bring them back down for them to finish me in Eunice as a whole squad of 1,500 strong with the boo. Bro, when I got off stage, I went and I stood in a corner where I couldn't move, nigga. I wanted to be invisible. I wanted to not exist. Bad bitches, all that shit. I'm like a disease, nigga. People coming up talking to all the other comics. Oh my God, you were so fucking hilarious. Oh, you were funny. Then they'll come to me. Don't worry, you gonna be okay. And yo, bro, on the car ride back from Long Island into the city, this nigga JP Justice told me, he's in the front seat. I'm in the back seat with my buddy Rich Lewis, Rich Pierre Lewis, RL. This nigga Jameek turns around in the back seat with his big Frankenberry head and says, hey, you should quit comedy. This ain't for you. You're not good at this. You should try to do something else. He's telling a nigga that's 16 years old that is on the block selling drugs and busting guns, doing all the dumb shit. And this could be his out. And this is what you chose to tell him instead of giving him words of encouragement as an elder in the game. Yo, bro, I went home. I cried. I didn't come around Comedy Land, the Uptown Comedy Club, because that was the base. I didn't go over that bitch for like 2-3 weeks. Nigga, fuck that. Almost like a month. And I just happened to be walking by the Uptown Comedy Club with a couple of my homies, D Devil and Ant Black from the block, and Andre Brown and Kevin Brown saw me, and Andre Brown was like, "Hey, come here. Where you at? How come you haven't been coming to the workshops and karate class and blah, 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 blah?" And I had to tell that nigga what happened. And that nigga stepped to Jameek. You know, but I didn't turn up like that for no reason. I wasn't going to do it like that because I was going to go on before Mikey. Originally, I was supposed to go on before Mikey. And as a respect level, because, you know, he's working out his material and shit like that for his new shit, for his special. I'm not going to go up in there and turn all the way to fuck up right before my nigga go on and take away from the focus of him working his shit, you know? Like, so he moved me up and let the homegirl go before he went. But I went after Jameek. And I wanted the reason why I stepped like that was to let that nigga know I've always been great. And there's nothing that none of you niggas could do to take this away from me. That shit you just did in here tonight, yeah, he's all right. But he's not real. When I got up there, you saw that difference.
Yeah.
You saw that major difference. And Mikey was asking me, man, like, yo, what's up? How, you getting on stages and shit like that? I was like, nah, niggas don't fuck with me, Mike. So I was really honored that you stood tall and you wanted me to come and on your last day at Caroline's from your residency that, like, yo, homie. But nah, these niggas don't fuck with me. They don't want a dope nigga on their stages. Got to saw the great boy that night, Derek Gates. You know, his crazy ass. But nigga, they niggas don't want me on their stages, dog. I'm too much of a beast. Like my big brother Corey Holcomb, he told me, nigga, you got to get your own motherfucking headlining tour. I know. Go support 5150. Go support Legions of Skank. You know? Like, with the whole Legions of Skank, with Skank Fest, you know, I was so happy to talk with Lewis and get that shit out the way. And I appreciated that, you know, he was like, come on, you know, Jim, you can come to Skank Fest and I would love to have you and all that. But, you know, I had to decline. Dog, because there was no respect on that. You know what I mean? It had to be something else to get that attention, and I'm just over all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nigga, you recorded that set.
Yeah, I have that whole set, yeah.
I know I don't like putting my material out there on the internet and shit like that because there's so many fucking joke thieves, and I don't want to hurt nobody. Cause my shit's is my material's dope. My material's dope, man. So I don't want to go through the bullshit. I don't want to deal with all the weirdo shit. But I wanna put a clip of that shit so these motherfuckers, cause they always hearing these mad Mardigan stories without the sword. He's always talking about how much of a great swordsman he is. You ain't going in a motherfucking packed out audience of 320 and go no mic and body. Everybody quiet, waiting on your next word. I ain't in here telling you niggas jokes no more, nigga. I'm holding court. I'm holding court, bruh. Straight the fuck up, man. That made me feel really dope that you remembered that shit, G Money, and you brought that up for our family that's listening and shit, you know. Cause I was really, and then I walked out of that bitch with Michael Che's motherfucking Caroline's poster picture that was framed and shit, nigga. I was like, fuck that, nigga. And Mikey Body, I cannot wait for this nigga's new special. Yo, son, Michael Che's new special is going to be heat.